Hello guys, today I'm going to tell you the drama Speed Sweet. In its starting, we see that our main hero is trying to make a plane, but that plane suddenly misled, and at that time he suddenly forgot his position. At that time, our main heroine was holding a stick. At that time, she you can say, misunderstandingly hit that plane, and that plane got broke. At that time, she fell into muddy water. At that time, our main hero was trying to get that plane's piece from her. She said that no, you have to pay for my all expenses because just because of you, I have got hurt, and I also fell into the muddy water. At that time, she was about to again fall, and she held his hand, and she just left her, and she fell down. At a time, she again in her shop, she was trying to put clock, but at a time he didn't listen, and at a time she again fell down. At a time she thought that he's coming to help her, but he just left. At a time we see that when she was coming here into his company to supply ice cream, at a time he was very in bad mood, but when he ate that ice cream, he suddenly felt relaxing. At a time he just smiled on her, and at a time she got surprised, and she said that, what are you doing? At a time he just smiled on her and left. At a time she got surprised. At a time when he again made a new airplane and trying to fly, that airplane again got hit the wall, and they fell into our main heroine's clothes. At a time he was taking bath, he again came through the wall, and at a time he picked his plane. At a time when our main heroine saw him, she put knife with her, and she said that, what are you doing? At a time she aimed him. At a time she saw that he is again come here, and at a time she tried to threaten him, but he didn't listen, and he just left from her house. And then we see that he again came into her shop. At a time he asked that, please bring me all type of ice cream. At a time they gave him a lot of ice creams, but he didn't eat any. At a time, at the end, she got angry, and she mixed just all flavors and just put the, you can say, pistachio, everything on that flavor, and then he tasted. And at that time he again smiled, and just he loved it again. At that time we see when her bike broke down, he came again to her. At a time, he helped her to fix again her bike. At a time, we see that this is the first time he is helping her, and then we see that when she was hearing music, he was looking on her. At a time, really liked the way she is enjoying her life, and then we see when her nerve got broke down, he was also helping her. At a time, her mom asked that, who is that beautiful, handsome guy? At a time, she said that, no, no one. He's just a plumber. At a time, her mom got surprised. She wanted to ask more about him, but she said that no, no one, no one. And then we again see that when they both got friendship, again they both became friend. She was making pose. At a time he also made a lot of pictures of her, and at a time when again plane got again lost his attention. At a time he helped her secure, protect her, and then he also, at a time, her sister got surprised that what has gotten into him. Why is he behaving so strange? At a time, our main heroine also told him how to make ice cream. At a time, they both began to like each other because our main hero does like to eat ice cream, and our main heroine knows how to make it. So at a time, whenever he feels sad, he always makes ice creams for him. At a time, when he saw that a girl has entered into his house, he began to feel sad. At a time, she decided to avoid him, but that girl is his sister. At a time, she also saw the closeness between them, so she began to distract, and she decided to avoid him. At a time he wants to see her, but she didn't answer it. At a time she also went to bar with her friends, so he will be able to avoid him. At a time when she came house, he was completely drunk. At a time our main hero also again went into her house and wanted to talk to her, but she said that no, I am not interested, and then she again left. At a time he was completely surprised that why is he behaving so strange. At a time he told her that I am she is my sister. At a time when she told him, she he was completely surprised, and at a time, she when her sister came to know that he likes her, she also supported him and said that, if you wants to be with her, then I'll support you. At a time, Armenia wants to make her own house near the sea, so she at a time she also made he also made a house for her, so she will be able to enjoy her life the way she wants to. At a time, we see them both getting together and enjoying the moment of each other, and at a time each other's sports. At a time, they in their journey they began to like each other as well. At a time when Armin hero's sister came to meet him,